We're back, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate that. Today, let's talk a bit about Starfield. A lot has been said, and there's been a trailer released, and it looks really good. And I have to say, I am enthusiastic about it. It looks good. I love to explore planets. I love to shoot aliens or whatnot. If it is Skyrim in space, I'll be happy. But I see a lot of these YouTubers that are usually quite critical and skeptical. They are on the hype train. And I find that surprising because if you look at Bethesda's track record, there's one thing they can't really do that well throughout their whole back catalog. And that's a main quest for their games. Now hear me out. Let's start with Morrowind. It's the first Elder Scrolls game that I played, and I still love it. It's great. But the main quest was kind of crap, because you are the chosen one. You have to unite the tribes and then kill the demon at the end of it. And that's pretty much it. I'm not saying that Morrowind is a bad game. On the contrary, there is a lot of content that's really good. Some really good side quests in Morrowind. But the main quest is not that good. Now let's move on to the Elder Scrolls Oblivion. Same story. This time around, again, you are the chosen one. You are the one to close the gates of Oblivion. So, at some point in the game, there's this giant gate that opens up in somebody's backyard. And there's this farmer there, and he said, oh, well, there's a gate. Just, close it. So you step into the gate, you do that. You do that like 4 or 5 times. You fight the demon at the end, and that's it. So now you know where this is going, right? Let's move on to Skyrim. You are the Dragonborn, etc. Now you might think, well, what about the Fallout games? Well, Fallout 3. In Fallout 3, you play the son who goes after the lost father. After a few hours, you find the father, he dies, and that's it. That's the main quest in Fallout 3. Let's move on to Fallout 4. They changed things around. This time you're not playing the son, but you're playing the father who goes look after the son who's gone missing after 200-something years of cryo sleep or something like that. So things have changed a bit, but the father's pretty oblivious to that. So that's the main quest of Fallout 4. Now you might be saying, well, wait a minute, there's Fallout New Vegas. Well, sure, but that's not really a Bethesda game, right? That game was made by Obsidian Entertainment. At least it was written by Obsidian Entertainment. It's a great game, by the way. But to end this video on a positive note, there's one piece of software that Bethesda came up with that is amazing. And that's the Shivering Isles DLC for Oblivion. If you've not played that one, it's an amazing piece of DLC, expansion, has a great story, great characters, very memorable. So I'm hoping that Bethesda have learned something from this track record and that they can create this giant universe, this world or universe, whatever. I'm positive that they can do that, but I'm just hoping they're putting interesting stuff in it, an interesting story, a main story. It's not just going to planets and just picking something up and going to the end and then kill a monster or an alien or something like that. Make it interesting on the level of something like Mass Effect, something like that. Make it great. Make it something memorable. So here's hoping that in September when this game comes out, we'll be having a blast with a great main story in Starfield. Let me know what you think, and see you in the next video.